Give it up for David Zasloff.
Hey, how you doing? All right? So I was talking to this guy about abortion. And he asked me what I thought about it. And I said, you know, the big question in abortion is, when does the fetus become a person? I think the fetus becomes a person when it stops calling home for money. Until then, you're a fetus. Feed us. Then we talked about evolution, because I believe in evolution, and he didn't. And I said to him, even with all the proof, and he said the proof didn't matter. And that's when I realized evolution was slower than I thought. One thing I've discovered is that all my problems, every single one of my problems, is due to negative thinking. And I didn't know I had negative thinking until I had a positive thought. Negative thinking actually runs in my family. My blood is B negative. Probably the biggest thing I've learned in my life is love, because I never knew about love. I always had the kind of love that could only be stopped by a restraining order. People told me you gotta learn to love yourself before you can love somebody else. And I thought, that could take forever. So I tried loving somebody else before I loved myself. I wound up hating both of us. But then I met someone who said, David, you can hate yourself. I don't care. I'm gonna love you no matter what. And her loving me gave me the courage I needed to hate myself in front of her. And that felt great, so we got married. And marriage taught me the importance of divorce. I didn't know you could get divorced. My parents married 61 years. In my family, you did not get divorced. You stayed together and suffered. The woman I married didn't know about suffering, so I taught her. But she taught me that if you didn't like someone, you did not have to stay with them forever. And once I learned that, it made my second marriage go a lot faster. I'm happily married now. My wife is Cuban, which is Spanish for jealous. Cubans don't get divorced, they kill you. Talk about jealous, here's an example. My wife told me she was by herself and she saw a woman she thought I would think was attractive. And she came home pissed off at me. I wasn't even there. We have an age difference. I'm 12 years older than my mother-in-law. I'm glad I married someone young. You know, without my wife, my computer would still be dial-up. We have a great life. We live in Burbank, nice house. We have 4 cats. They're outdoor cats. They just come inside to shit. We've been together 11 years now, and our cultural differences are blending. She's Cuban, I'm Jewish. She's in therapy, I eat pork. A little while ago, my wife said she wanted to have a baby, and I said, okay. We made a night to make a baby. We made the night romantic. We have a fireplace. It's on our iPad. So now we have a beautiful little girl, and I have to make as much money as possible, so I take every gig I can get. I did a gig in a retirement home. Ever get booed by a 90-year-old? Telling jokes was a joke. I would tell a joke, and then the people who could hear the joke would tell it to the people who couldn't hear the joke. I heard the joke going around the room. By the time it got back to me, it was a different joke. I'm also trying to stay in shape just for my baby. I quit sugar. They say sugar is just as addictive as heroin, which means NutraSweet is methadone. And I thought about lifting weights, so I went to the gym and I'm watching guys pumping iron. And I'm looking at their bodies and I'm thinking, that's dangerous. I think it's a lot safer to keep your blood vessels on the inside of your body. Thank you very much. You've been wonderful.